So I've had a lot of people ask me if I can do a studio tour of our Atmos studio. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, pick the camera up, show you around the room, show you certain pieces of equipment and what it is this room is all about. Up the front here, we have the Avid S4. Now, the Avid S4 is essentially a controller for Pro Tools. It's a great big console. We have the 16-channel version with the Mon section here, and this is all touchscreen as well, which is lovely. And then we have basically 16 faders that control every aspect of the mix window. This section here is for plugin control, so we can use these pots here, load up a plugin, load up plugins on these windows and do plugin control. We can control the input, the insert, the dynamics, the EQ, sends, pan, everything that you can do in Pro Tools, you can do on hand here. Got jog wheel, transport control, volume controls. Every single control is on the Avid S4. This is a key essential part to this sort of studio. Working in Dolby Atmos, this is the console. The reason we have just this one console in this room is because Dolby Atmos rooms and the best Dolby Atmos rooms have virtually nothing in them. And the reason for this is it's all about the speakers. It's all about the sound. It's all about how you hear this sound. So where we'll go to next, let's have a look at the speakers. So the speaker array that we have in our Dolby Atmos studio is a 9.1.4. 9 being the speakers around ear level, 1 being the subs, and 4 being the speakers on the ceiling. So on the front, we have a center speaker. This is a PMC 140 CI series. Then we have a left and a right 140. We have a far left and a far right. They're both PMC 140s. Everything across the front is a PMC 140. The two left and right of the center speaker are subs. Now they are PMC 140 subs. And as you can see, they all look the same, but the difference is the center section, you've got the tweeter and the driver. They are not in, obviously, the subs, because we only need the subwoofers. So that's the front speakers. Now let's have a look at the ones over on the back. So as you can see here on the back of the room, so this is my seated position here. So left of me and right of me, I have two PMC 65s. I also have then two on the back of the room, which are PMC 65s. So what you have in a Dolby Atmos setup is you have your front speakers, you have your left and right, and then you have two on your back as well. Now, what we also have is 4 on the ceiling. So now, if you look up above me, we've got two PMC CI30s on the front, and we've got 2 here at the back. They basically give us our front left and right, front back left and right on the ceiling. Back here we have our dedicated Dolby Atmos renderer. Now this is used as basically a renderer for the Dolby Atmos system. So what we do up here on our control service, what we do in Pro Tools, gets sent round here via Dante, ends up over at our MacBook Mini, and that basically renders all the information down into a Dolby Atmos project. Here we have a cool feature on the desk where we can go in sitting or standing position, which is great for Dolby Atmos because personally I like to stand up, mix, walk around a room and get more enjoyment out of mixing rather than sitting down and mixing. So what we can do, press this button, a desk comes up. Now we're working in a standing position. While the desk is up, I figured I'd show you what's down here. So underneath we have our trusted feather duster. Every studio should have one because especially the Avid S4s get incredibly dusty because the way they're just, they've got like the material that's used just shows up every piece of dust. So under here we have a Pro Tools Matrix Studio. Now the Matrix Studio is basically used as our interfacing and used to send audio from Pro Tools out to what is down here is the Trinov. Now the Trinov is something exceptional, and every studio that is running a Dolby Atmos setup should have one in, because believe me, before I put it in, there were so many errors. Well, not so many, but there were errors and phasing in the room that had to be corrected. And no matter how much we attempted to correct it, it wasn't 100%, and it was never 100%. The Trinov, as soon as we got the Trinov, put the Trinov in, perfect. And having a room, especially a Dolby Atmos room with 15 speakers, that is perfect is essential. It is so essential. Our speakers use 2 Martin Logan amps, and they are really, really good amps. They've got a great feature where they go to sleep, and they will be sleeping now until audio's passed through them. Then they wake up and start running, which is brilliant. And I love that feature just simply because they're not constantly running for 12 hours a day. Underneath we have our Cisco switch, which is basically the Dante switching, and does all the Dante controller and sends audio to and from, and everything starts talking to each other on that switch. It's not massively exciting. That underneath you've got a Furman power supply. It is a, what one have we got down there? It is a SMP. It's the PL Pro DMCE. It's really good, really well managed, and does a top quality job. Over here we also have a UAD satellite. UAD satellites are wicked. They do exactly what they need to do. So there you have the Audio Animals Dolby Atmos Studio. If you want to come work in here, check the link in the descriptions. Go over to the Audio Animals website, check out audioanimals.co.uk, go on to the mixing section, and yeah, you can book a session in this studio. Look forward to working with you.